This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. Go to the link in the description below so they know that I sent you. Before we do another traditional draft for Ravnica Allegiance, which means best of 3, I want to remind everyone my content is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can click on the link in the description below, and they'll know I sent you there. And here on Twitch, you can do the same, except it's a logo below. Alright, so let's jump in here. Okay. Kind of feel like Bedevil's the pick. I mean, the head is gold, and that's kind of a problem, but I think the next best card in the pack is Depose Deploy, which is also gold. So, yeah, let's take Bedevil here. Okay, so Administrative Obligations, I think, is far and away the best card in this pack, even though it isn't in either of these colors. I think it's worth taking. Like, if we decided to take a black card, it would probably be Spire Mangler, but Ministrant's just so much better. Okay, so not the greatest pack. Maybe I just take an Oligarch. If we are Orjav, we could potentially splash Bedevil. So, yeah, we'll take an Oligarch here. And a Blade Juggler here. I do like drawing cards. Okay, there's an Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Oh, there's also a Grasping Throw, though. Yeah, that's the easy pick there. Probably Summary Judgment. Another Grasping Throw. Yes, please. Here I think we do take an Inheritance over Consign. Here I think we take a Guildgate. There wasn't anything special in that pack, so... Resolute Watchdog coming back works for me. It's not incredible or anything, but he's alright. I mean, there's our one dead rebels that we generally want. Okay. There's our friend Trollbred Guardian again. Pack is not so good for black and white. Maybe I just take a Guildgate, honestly. I mean, we already have one dead rebels. This isn't good unless you have red mana, which we might be splashing. Justicar's Portal's not all that good in most scenarios. Guardian Project and Trollbred Guardian are both really good. But I like where we're going here. We'll take a Guildgate there. Okay, so probably the Bell Haunt. We could consider Lawmage's Binding and splashing it instead of Bedevil. But I feel like Bell Haunt is good enough and doesn't involve us having to splash, that I think that's where I'm going to go. There's also a Gate Colossus, actually. Jeez. Well, I think that means we take Gate Colossus. We already have 3 gates, so... Here we will take a Sky Tether. So we could take Senate Griffin or another gate. Leaning towards gate. Right here, I think we take Impassioned Orator, a nice little 2-drop. Grasping Thrall number 3. That's what I like to see. Another Summary Judgment or a Concordia Pegasus or a Bring to Trial. I don't have a ton of 2-drops. I think we'd probably take Judgment over it, though. Wow, another one. I think we take an Azorius Guildgate here. Get all the gates, you know. This pack is not good for us. Take a Locket, I guess. Ooh, that's good, though. Late Imperious Oligarch. I'll take a Locket here. Take a Veteran. I mean, ideally it gets cut, but it's an okay card, especially to get that late. So right now we're not splashing blue for anything. High Alert, huh? Yeah, not so much. We have so many Azorius Guildgates. Shark to Crab's obviously awesome. Pack one, pick one. That's what one would do. Yeah, so I think I take Senate Griffin over a Guildgate. We already have enough guild gates to make Gate Colossus work, and we're not even splashing blue at this point, so I think taking more is going to hurt our deck more than it'll help it. Okay. So, Order of Racketeers are nice. Don't really have the capability to effectively splash get the point. Yeah. I think I might actually like the Orator more. Probably not. Let's take the Racketeers. Probably just grab another Guild Gate here. I could take a Carrion Imp, but this is another Guild Gate that's just in our base colors. Man, Dovin's Acuity would be nice to build around, but, you know, it may not be exciting, but we're going to get a 4th Grasping Thrall. Okay, so Mazda Officer. Plague White, nice 2-drop to get late. Another Oligarch, wow. So, interesting. We have another Guild Gate here, but I think we'd rather take the Oligarch. At this point, it doesn't look like Bedevil's going to get splashed. I think I take another Sky Tether. End of his Scope of Vampire. I guess we take Knight of the Last Breath. He doesn't impress me a ton. Knight of Sorrows. Dovin's Q. Yeah, I'll take the card we might actually play. How about that? Alright. Really late Exposed to Daylight for the sideboard works for me. So. The Gate Colossus is our only payoff, and so maybe we don't want 3 Azorius Guild Gates. We can play 3 with no problem, and we probably want to be able to play a 4th. So I think I'm going to cut all but 1 Azorius Guild Gate. So 4 is like the minimum for Gate Colossus, I feel like. Okay. So, candidates to be cut are Hazda Officer and 10th District Veteran. Anything else? Not so much. Yeah, so I think the Veteran's a little better. Okay, this will be our deck for this draft. Let's get started. 4 Grasping Thralls is pretty great. I've had 5 before. That was great too. Okay. We have an early play. We have removal. One of our mini Grasping Thralls. Works for me. Okay. Ooh. If we can set up a turn 3 Blade Juggler, I'll be pretty happy. I'm always happy about that. There's a good chance we do, unless they play like Concordia Pegasus. If they play a 1-3, not so much. Okay, good. Blade Juggler looks like it'll be happening. So, juggle time. Yeah, we need more lands, and we drew one there. Probably just going to play Ill-Gotten Inheritance on our next turn, I guess. It's kind of interesting they would put that on him, because they can actually trade for the play. Oh, no, they can't. Never mind. Okay, well, I kind of think we need to play that Plaza. Yeah, that enables next turn Grasping Thrall, among other things. So yeah, we'll leave mana up for Summary Judgment. Okay, I mean, I think we like that they're over there doing that. Wonder how many more slime binds they have in their hand, because putting one on Blade Juggler sort of signals to me that they have plenty of removal in their hand. I might as well block. You know, I do have Dead Revels after all. Alright, so... Thrall. The nice thing about the Thrall, if they do have removal, is that we at least get a little bit of value, even if they kill it. Yeah, that Guild Mage is not good news. Wow. I get the trigger again? I mean, you slowed me down, but letting me get the trigger again is interesting. Alright, so we're happy to trade here. I doubt it happens. I mean, they have a Senate Guild Mage after all. Which is a card that can cause some problems for us. We can Summary Judgment it soon enough, though, that I'm not too worried. Alright, Grasping Throw again. Could be a Clear the Mind deck. Or a Dovin's Acuity deck. Which, sometimes decks are both. So... Okay. On your own turn. Interesting. Alright, so we're just going to take that. There's no reason to risk our Thrall. So I can Summary Judgment the Guild Mage this turn. Okay. Probably just time to play Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Then I think we probably... Yeah. Okay, so we're going to Summary Judgment this Guild Mage. They did mill some stuff into our graveyard for Dead Rebels. Don't hate that part. Excuse the yawning. Bring it on. Would be nice to start with a win. Huh. With my opponent going first, I think this hand is keepable. Yeah. If we were on the play, it'd be a little harder to keep, but there's a good enough chance that we either draw 2 drops that we can play, or more lands, right? So either one of those would make it so our start doesn't seem so slow. And getting that additional draw step is and can make a difference. Okay, so there's our 1 Azorius Guildgate. All right. I could have played Plague White there, but I think getting that land down and getting us up to our higher drops more consistently is probably better. Leaving mana up for a counterspell. So let's try to play this Copa Vampire and see what happens. I think it's getting Thought Collapsed, yeah. I think a lot of the archetypes for the Spark have already more or less been revealed. There's a few that haven't, but Blue-Black is going to be the most amassy deck in the format. For example. I could have used one of those lands. Blue-Red's going to be spells. Red-White looks like it's going to be hyper-aggressive. Black-White looks like it might be a ramp deck. And so on. Okay, so I think we play this here while they are tapped out. Now, it looks like they're going to try to mill me, in which case the life gain from Ill-Gotten Inheritance might not be that good. Black-Red looks like a sacrifice deck, based on what we've seen so far. We've seen Black-Red be that in the past, too, of course. Okay, so play the Veteran. It gets him to stop attacking me, at least. The only ones I don't think are super clear yet. Like I think there are going to be a bunch in this format of overlap. Like, you know, there's some color pairs that are more into... That's weird that he's milling me. There are some color pairs that seem more interested in +1/+1 counters. I think it's green, white, blue, maybe. All is the most interested in those. I mean, she's even better than Cry the Carnarium, because the Massacre Girl comes in, kills all the X1s. However many X1s died, then she does it again, etc. She can really massacre the board. She looks incredibly good to me. Weird name for a card, but one of the weirder ones I've seen. I'm leaning towards just blocking that Petitioners with my Oligarch. Yeah. Just so I can do a little more damage. Man, 5 drops galore here. Player Ministrant here and pretty much do the same thing. Block the Petitioners. And, yeah. She can just wipe the board. She's not that far from being a 5-mana creature that says destroy all creatures except this creature. And she has Menace too. 5-mana 4/4 Menace with that ability. Nasty. Alright, so here's our 5th land. Probably play Plague White here. Oh, I might have to get another cup of coffee after this one. After this game. Alright, so yeah, play Plague White. He probably gets Thought Collapsed. Yeah. Hopefully that draws out the last of those for now, at least. Gate Colossus is in our library, our graveyard. How about that? All right, put him back on top. Because we can play everything in our hand, and we can play him if we draw him. Thanks for milling that. You also milled my Dead Rebels, but I think getting Gate Colossus in the graveyard when I have a Guild Gate in my hand, probably a little better. Oh. Forgot about that. Oh well. That works for me. I think I just block the Petitioners if they attack me so that I can hit harder in the air. It's weird that they're doing that during their turn. Okay, so how many Thought Collapses do you think they have in their hand? I think the answer is a lot. We do have 2 Grasping Thralls, so I think we try to resolve this one. Looks like we're probably getting Thought Collapse. They're trying to mill us out with a million Thought Collapses, and they might do it, because we only have 8 cards left in our library, and we really haven't gotten going. Because they can just hang back and play all these counter spells. It looks like there's a good chance that works out for them. Even with Ill-Gotten Inheritance, like, that's going to be a bit of a challenge killing them in time. So they are clear the Mind deck. They still have mana up for another Thought Collapse. If I had a better board presence, I wouldn't even try to play anything. I would just attack them. Because, yeah, but we have to try to play stuff here or we're in some trouble. Don't leave 3 mana up. You don't need to. Come on. You don't need it. Okay. I guess I'll play this land just in case they have Quench. My guess is they have yet another Thought Collapse. Yeah. Gonna be hard. I mean, they're countering everything we try to do. While also milling us, so not so good. I think we are going to lose this game. I've been pretty sure for a while. After they countered our first 1 million spells. We're trying to get in for any damage we can and hope that we can kill them. I think we have to try again to play something here. So let's start with Oligarch. Thought Collapse. God. I think you played 6 in that game. Rough. Should we side into a more aggressive deck? The only way we can do that is with Sylvan Brush Strider, and doesn't seem that good to me. I think if we're on the play and we get a reasonably aggressive hand, it's hard for them to... Like, if I'm behind on board and they counter everything, there's no way for us to win, but... Alright, I think this is a keep. It has a quick start. We do need to draw a few more lands, but even if we don't, from what we've seen of their deck, playing a couple early 2-drops is pretty powerful against them. But yeah, we'd like to just draw like 3 lands in a row here. We could go 2-drop, 2-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop if we did that. which would be pretty nice. I'm not that into that vehicle. I think it'll be good in the Izzet deck or the blue-red deck, but I don't think it'll be good in your average deck. It's just too small. Like, vehicles are supposed to be really efficient, and it's not for the most part. So, I don't love it. Always nice drawing a 2-drop on... a 1-drop on turn 2, you know? It's the dream. It does give us another creature we can play, so, you know, there's that. That does matter. Alright, there's a 3rd land. Okay, so now we're going to play Watchdog. Plague White. Come on, deck. Don't let me down. So now they might be leaving up counter magic. In which case, since we're ahead on board... Okay, now we're not, but... If we had been, yeah, I think attacking... There goes a Thrall and a Gate Colossus. That's what I was hoping for. So drop them to 16. At least we drew a creature we can play, but we really do need to hit a 4th land. Flyers seem to be a bit of a problem for them, and we don't have any of those so far. My favorite spoiled card so far is probably the Cyclops that does damage equal to instants and sorceries in your graveyard when you play it. Another spell payoff, but one I'm happier with. It'll be Flame Tongue Kavu often enough. Alright, we get another creature out there. And yeah, if they just try to hang back, like, they can't do it this game, right? Like, in the last game they could. This time they have to play some stuff, you know, or be in trouble. So it's going to be harder for them to leave mana up. And if they do, yeah, they scooped. If they did, I would have just attacked for 4. Oh, the kill spell, yeah, and the Leyline Lurker or whatever. I agree, Kevin. Those cards are both really good. Really good. Right, I'm going to be right back. All right, on to our second match now. Yeah, the Boros 2-drop does look really good and limited. He's exactly what an aggro deck wants, that's for sure. I think it's kind of weird there aren't any watermarks on any of the cards. Like, I get it, it's not a normal Ravnica set, but there are cards that are clearly representative of The different factions. Oh, that's not good. I mean, I guess the idea is with Bolus there, not as many people are sticking just to their own guilds. Everyone's working together. Wow, that was a horrible string of cards. That's not what you want to do. We're lucky there was a plains on top. Okay. I don't think we bother with Summary Judgment here. It does make my Ministrant of Obligation a little sad. I might do it, I guess. If, Alright, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and do it. Alright, so we're going to play our Ministrant here. Who hopefully doesn't get Grotesque Demise, but it looks like that might be about to happen. No. At least not on my turn. Do I just go for an attack here to get these two spirits and then Sky Tether the Messenger out of the sky? Yeah, I think I go for it. I think if we have any hope of winning, we have to do things that are probably a little risky to try to get the win. Let's just draw all of our Plague or Grasping Thralls in a row here. Oh. Well, there's the first one. So I don't think we bother with Sky Tether this turn at least. And we just play Grasping Thrall, who will gain us 3 life. Yeah, mulliganing to 5 does make life hard, but if you draw well enough... Ooh, never mind. We're actually not in horrible shape. I mean, they have 2 more cards. They have an advantage of 2 cards on us. But kind of okay with it. I think my Orator's going to block here. I'll take 3. We need to get rid of that vampire. We can't have them gaining life consistently. So... Could be a trick here for sure, but yeah, there is. Okay. No life gain at least. We only have 1 creature. No, we have 2. So Dead Revel's pretty good here. Well, they actually already do get the lifelink. I was saying no lifelink, but they do get lifelink. So I'm going to Dead Revels. Get both of these back. And we're going to put a Sky Tether on the Vampire. Because we can't have them gaining life, like I said a moment ago. If this thing is allowed to attack more than once, it can really be a problem. I mean, it also dies to everything, so I think it's pretty balanced, but... But shutting down the lifelinker in the end, I think, was more important than shutting down their flyer. I can attack through the flyer right now anyway with my Thrall. Are they about to play the big knight? 7 mana dude. I ran him early in the format. I was never that impressed. I have seen some people go a little crazy with him. Yeah, so... Alright, so let's attack. Not with those. With Grasping Thrall. Alright, I like that. I think there's a chance to have Kaya's Wrath. I guess even if they do, our Ministrant will produce some friends for us in the aftermath, so it's probably okay. Wonder what's in their hand. Yeah, I mean, the knight is, I mean, he's alright, I think, but he just doesn't seem to fit into this deck real well. Okay. I guess at some point I can attack with my Ministrant to get flyers. Yeah, that'll help them some. Not exactly when I want to be drawing a bunch of lands, but I'll take it. I think we hold on to the Guild Gate just in case we get Gate Colossus at some point. Although, if I drew him like now, I'd have to play the Guild Gate to be able to play him. But if I draw him a little later and he ends up in the graveyard, I can get him back. So it kind of depends what happens. No thanks, I'm not going to block. I'll take one. It's worth the risk. Way to get rid of this messenger would be pretty great right now. Okay. Is it worth playing this in main phase 1? I don't think so. I think the discount is too good to say no to. Do they have a trick? Nope. Alright. So we didn't get to have the discount in the end. Well, that was a pretty nice series of draws. Not so good. We do. Oh, yeah. I probably. No, I guess the messenger was still in play last turn. They can definitely attack with a lot of stuff here. Alright, I think I'm just going to block here and here. If they have Kai's Wrath, I don't think it... I mean, it would suck, but I think we could recover from it. So that's going to drain me a couple life. That's a lot of triggers. We have way more flyers than they do, which is nice. I can attack with my Blade Juggler, I guess. They'll gain life if they block with their Vampire, but it's probably okay. Anonymous, thanks for the sub. Well, that makes things a little more difficult, but the Ill-Gotten Inheritance makes things a little bit better. So I'm going to attack with the Juggler. Actually, no, I'm not. Okay. Try to bleed them out with that now. How do they attack here? They don't. So we can rely on Ill-Gotten Inheritance to put an end to this. Looking more and more like that's the plan. If I were them, I think I'd attack with the Oligarch. I mean, it doesn't tap, so the best I can do is trade with it and yeah, gives you the Spirit token. Okay, so we'll play another flyer here. Do not want another Orjav Guildgate, thank you. They've got 3 blockers. I have flying blockers. And I have 6 flying attackers. That's kind of what I figured. Yeah, it was a good draw. For sure. Because they were probably on the verge of stabilizing. I mean, maybe. They were close to stabilizing, and then Ill-Gotten Inheritance makes sure that they can't really. Pack one, pick one was the 2 and a white 2/1 with Afterlife 2. Ministrant of Obligation. That's what it is. Oh no, you're right, it was Bedevil. We just didn't play it. You're right. I think we went Bedevil, then Ministrant of Obligation. Picking up the fixing for that would have been nice. For that Bedevil. Not a good hand. Alright, this one is better. I don't really think we need another land. No, it's kind of weird we don't have Twilight Panther. I usually end up with a couple of them. Blade Juggler? No. Well, now that I drew this Plains, Definitely think we want to play our Oligarch. We can just, we can play it next turn because we're not doing anything anyway. We may need it for the double white for our Griffin, so... Well, that's annoying. That's what... That helped us against them, that's for sure. Do I just go for the trade here? I feel like I do. There's not any good way for us to deal with administrative obligations, so... The fact that we get our own flyer does make it a little less painful. Alright, then I'm going to play Gateway Plaza. So next turn we can play Senate Griffin. That's the plan anyway. Yeah, I'll take 2. Interesting. Okay. I think we attack with our own flyer here. If they want to trade spirit for spirit, I'm okay with it. Alright, so... Yeah, I think we want to play the Griffin. That flying does matter right now. Also doesn't die to Grotesque Demise. Demise looks at converted mana cost. Not. Kind of don't remember. So, Battlefield. You're pretty good on this battlefield. I'm cool with drawing you. I think it's power 3 or less, actually, so it can die to Grotesque Demise. You know, that's a good question, Anonarat. I probably should have prevented the 1 damage. Alright, so we're going to attack with our flyer. Summary Judgment? Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case... Yeah. Looks at power is what I concluded eventually after thinking about it more. We're not in great shape in this game, but we're not, like, out of it either. We do have a removal spell to deal with something really scary. Alright, so I think we just attack with both. If they want to trade, I think I'm cool with it. If they take 4, I'm cool with that too. So, I can play Plague White and Resolute Watchdog in my second main phase. Okay. Maybe they have Kaya's Wrath. Right, well, that'll be useful for Sky Tether. But for now, it's a pain. Alright, so... So yeah, if we can Sky Tether and start cracking in for 3 a turn, I think we're in pretty good shape. That's what we would like to do. Alright. They have 2 of those bad boys. Alright, so honestly, I think Sky Tethering first is better. Alright. Okay. Yeah, hold on to the Thrall. If we can keep flyers from sticking around, we're in pretty good shape. It's also kind of nice to wait till we can hit a 6th land to play the Thrall if we can help it. So it makes doing what we did make a little more sense, I think, too. I mean, I just take 2. I just take 3, yeah. That thing's pretty good. Alright, so we did get our 6th land. I guess I'll hold off, though, on... So, now we can attack them for 6 a turn. I could block and make something indestructible, but I don't think it matters. Hello, Rydlith. Thank you for the well wishes. Interesting. So, I do think we blocked the Blade Juggler. Is Heartfire the one that's like 1 in a red as an additional cost sack of creature or planeswalker? Could they have Inspired Charge? No, it's not in this set. I don't know. I mean, I don't think about like constructed a whole lot. I mostly play limited, and in limited, I don't think it's great. I mean, that's a real cost. You know, so that's 2, 3, 4 damage. Yeah, that's true. +1/+3 wouldn't have been enough though. Crap. Well, we have to hope we win here. Looks like we do. Well, maybe not. Yep. Eldest Reborn. Alright, so we don't have any losses yet, and we only need to win 1 more to break even, so that would be nice. At worst, we get a couple chances to try to get there. Ugh. Also, We're going first, so this might be keepable. It probably is. It's not great, obviously enough, but, you know, we're not in great shape here. Hopefully the scry shows us a plains or something. A plains or a black early creature. Either one of those would be good. I think things will go slowly enough, as long as they're not Gruul, that this is an okay hand to keep. And there is a plains on top, so that helps. I mean, if they're a crazy aggressive deck, we're in trouble. But if they're not, I think we'll be okay. If they're like your typical deck in this format, of course they do have Boros sleeves. So, you know. So far they haven't done anything though, which works out for me. Okay, so we'll play the Inheritance, and then Grasping Thrall, Grasping Thrall. They got their third land. I'm kind of glad they did that instead of leaving up mana. I think we can pressure them enough that Dovin's Acuity will be too slow, but we'll see. And another throw. Alright, Dovin's Acuity. They have to discard a card. That doesn't hurt. They discarded a Shimmer of Possibilities, which I think makes sense. Is 10th District Veteran honestly better here because it can attack more effectively than the Ministrant? I think it is. I should have attacked first, but, you know, it's whatever. Have to discard again. So we have two Grasping Thralls. Oh no, they Grotesque Demise one of them. I wish I had two Grasping Thralls in my graveyard. It might still be worth just getting one back, but probably not. I think this probably works better. If I can trade my Ministrant for something and get it and the Thrall back, that would be good. They're drawing so many cards, but struggling. There they go. They don't have to discard this time. Alright, so pretty dangerous to take 4 with Ill-Gotten Inheritance in play, but you know, if he blocks the Ministrant, I get 2 tokens, so he's probably not thrilled about that either. Not a great position to be in. Okay. So this is going to be kind of nasty because I'm going to Dead Revels. Dead Revels Get back both of these, and then I can replay the Ministrant. Yeah, the hand ended up being pretty good in the end. Helps that our opponent was slow. They're pretty close to just dead on board. They go to 9. Grasping Throw drops them to 7. And then we can swing for 6. Not quite lethal, but close. Interesting to go after a spirit. Like, the Ministrant of Obligation, casting it again is not ideal. And it hits harder. Granted, they may not have any way to stop flyers. But the Ministrant makes those, too. Oh, okay. That makes a little more sense. So yeah, I'll play Grasping Throw. Drops them to 4. Oh. Yeah, Cracking Inheritance on our turn gives the kill, yeah. Our next turn. Most likely. Okay, not anymore. They're starting to get things going over there. I don't like it. Play these Racketeers. Now, this next turn, Cracking the Inheritance will, yeah. Don't think we have very good sideboards, so... Like, I like Brush Strider sometimes against Gruul decks. You know, because it can trade and gain life, which is a problem for them, but... We also have our Spider, I guess. Wait, that was our last draft. No Spider this time. And Sylvan Brush Strider can't side that in either, so I'm not sure what I'm talking about. Hopefully things go good for us here. Morning, Nate. Right, this will work. A little slow, but we have removal and a 3-drop, so it's actually less slow than our last hand was. Not going to do anything on turn 1 or 2, but I think that's okay. Our 1 Azorius Guildgate. Alright, so we'll play our Plaza now. Alright, so I think we try to play Viscopa Vampire here. There's a chance to have counter magic, but kind of okay with it. Next turn, we probably get the time to play our Guildgate. Why would you not wait to use that to kill a Viscopa Vampire? I liked Corset 2019 okay. I didn't love it, but it was fine. Maybe they have another Fairy Duelist. It's kind of fine if they do. But if it's a trade, yeah, I'm cool with that too, because I get to gain some life. We'll play a Guildgate here and play Plague White. Casting that instant speed, you don't see that a ton, but they're probably digging for their Dovin's Acuity, I guess. Get these grasping thralls going. Yeah, I don't know why they do that with the ranked drafts. It bothers me. I think eventually it won't. I mean, having it so that old sets are still doing, you're still doing them sometimes is kind of okay, but the newest set should always be ranked, I think. All right, let's try to play this throw. Like, when the newest set isn't ranked, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Alright. Hexproof Homunculus. I wonder if they have high alert too. Okay, so we will attack. And we'll play Blade Juggler with Spectacle. Hopefully. Yep. Ooh, and then we'll play Ministrant of Obligation. Man, have they been holding on to a counter they didn't want to use on any of that other stuff? They have. I guess the Ministrant is more of a threat because of the creatures it can make. Whereas these guys can't really attack against Homunculus. Bolas Horns. Yeah, I guess this is Amonkhet, the plane that we're on here. Could use Dead Revels. I think Dominaria I had my best win percentage. I was close to 70. Alright. The flooding is real. It's harder to pressure Dovin's Acuity when you're not playing things. So. Yeah, it's probably worth it in this case. Even though I get that trigger again, it means I take less damage next turn. And they basically negate the trigger by playing the Acuity again. So, yeah. Alright, so Counterspell. Yeah. That's annoying. Alright, we could be in trouble here. Dead Revels would help. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be okay here, because it's hard to pressure them. Just attack with your Homunculus, man. Bring it. Okay, so getting a flyer lets us pressure them a little more, and so I was willing to just throw it away. Doesn't hurt that I have another one, too. I'm sure they have a second Clear the Mind. I think we can win either way. I mean, it'll just be hard to do. That looks familiar. Yeah, it is annoying to play against when they can get going. I wish I had more aggressive creatures to side into. That's cool. The card sleeves have an animation. The new ones. Dovin's Acuity, Dovin's Acuity. Yeah, I mean, if we don't have something that can drastically alter the board in the next couple of turns, I'll just scoop because they'll beat me eventually. I guess another grasping throw would be helpful. Oh, come on, land. Alright, yeah, I mean, I guess we can make them cast the other Clear the Mind, but they almost definitely have it, you know? I guess we can wait till they cast that, but I don't see them not having it and wanting to draw this many cards. But we'll look and see, I guess. Yeah, it's interesting they didn't play both and then play Sphinx's Insight. It would have been nasty. Well, a flyer is helpful. They do have a million cards in their hand, though, so whether it resolves or lives, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't do me much good on this board. Yeah, I mean, killing one of these with that doesn't really seem worth it to me. And we can't kill Humongulus, obviously enough. I am sure, fairly sure, they have a second Clear the Mind. Maybe they don't and they're just counting on people to scoop when they see what they're doing. Just accidentally deck yourself. Come on. We will just take 4 again. Ooh, hello. Okay. So, Grasping Throw and Ministrant. Yeah. Does that get countered? Yeah, it is weird they took that away. I never looked at it myself, but it's a cool idea to be able to see the deck. Maybe it'll come back and they're testing it or something. Aww. There goes another Grasping Throw. Six cards left in their library to our 12. They're thinking a long time on this one. Yep. Homunculus attacked us that time, which is certainly interesting. Okay. Well, you know, sometimes having all these cards just wins you the game without needing to mill me to death. There it is. All right. We figured they had it, but I think making them show us they did is probably worth it. So, exposed to daylight. I could cut the watchdog. Okay. Right, this looks all right. I mean, I wish it was a little more explosive, but yeah. Well, that makes it a little better. Now we just want lands, though. Hey, there's one. Fairy Duelist? No, Summary Judgment. So we can cast Exposed. Like, if they play an Acuity here, we can blow it up with Exposed to Daylight, which would have been nice. Don't quench that. Mother effer. Counter spells in this format make me want to die. Alright, we do have Exposed to Daylight, but I think for now I just leave the Acuity alone and try to pressure them. We really need that 5th land. I mean, I'd love a Thrall, but we really need that 5th land. Hey, there it is. It's not exactly the one I was hoping for, but... in response, yeah, so... we will use Exposed to Daylight here. Sky Tether. You'll be useful probably pretty soon. I guess I'll hold on to you. I guess I could have used it to kill Lawmage's Binding. Would that have been worth it? Kinda don't think so. I might try to play the Racketeers first. We're on an empty board and I care less if it gets countered. On an empty board, he can potentially die like that. I still would rather him be the one instead of Grasping Thrall, but... okay, so... we're going to play around this a little. They're not adding to the board at all, so if I can play around their counter magic and add to the board ourselves, I think we're in pretty good shape. Maybe. Okay, we got them to tap out. I'm happy about that. Man, these grotesque demises on our flyers. Well, I guess this is Lawmage's Binding. Either way, it's been annoying. And it's not good for us that We seem to be incapable of keeping threatening creatures on the battlefield right now. He even exiled our Thrall and our Racketeers, who are two great creatures to get back. Oh, come on. Yeah, I don't have a great feeling about this game. So now they drew their other Dovins, or actually they used Clear the Mind, so they may have just drawn the same one. I'm really leaning towards scooping here. I mean, they're about to go off, as these decks do. We know they have more than one Clear the Mind. Yeah, for example. See, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and scoop. Save our time. Because they were going to lose to that eventually. All right. So, if we win this one, we at least break even. And if we lose, we will have drafted 2 2-2 decks today. 2 2-2. Yeah. All right, this is good. You know, the Gateway Plaza makes it a little slow, but I think that's okay. Like, we don't get to play a 2-drop, most likely. If we draw a Swamp, I probably would play the white right away. And we do. So yeah, we'll probably play the Plaza next turn. Ah, crap. That card is nasty when people can go off with it, and I have a feeling our opponent probably can. Well, now I probably play Blade Juggler. Hello, Sam Shady. I wish I could get them to attack with it so I can kill it. Creature tokens are going to be a pain. Luckily, we can fly over them, but still. I'm not excited about the idea of my opponent going off with that. Okay, so... Okay. Just go for the chump block. Guess that makes some sense. All right, so now we're going to play Gateway Plaza and our Oligarch. We need a 5th land. It's a little early with, you know, I think there could easily be good counter spells in War of the Spark. We just haven't seen enough of the set to know. I mean, we've seen a lot of it, but not all of it. So we can actually Summary Judgment this thing, and I think we do. We do have 3 Grasping Thralls, so as soon as we hit that 5th land, I think we might be in business. Alright, well, I'm going to play this. It is not a 5th land. Okay. Also not a 5th land. So they're going to sacrifice whichever creature I put this on anyway. So I'm going to go after the one who's bigger. No, they don't sacrifice, actually. Interesting. Okay. We did draw that 5th land. Is Kaya gonna beat us here? She kind of has a chance. Sort of. Being slow and hitting this 5th land has been annoying. All right. So she can use her ultimate. It'll do 4 to me. So that might actually matter. She would die if she did it, though. She probably doesn't want to die.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Yeah, we'll attack her.
I'm not dead yet. Try harder.
We've got our own ill-gotten inheritance, which will help us out too eventually. I think we just play the thralls though for a good long while. And by good long while, I mean next turn. Unless we draw a 4th thrall. That would be great. Okay, so you're going to use her +1 to gain 2 more life.
Welcome here.
Okay. All right. So, if we played Resolute Watchdog, she could just kill it, so that's a good reason not to be playing it. 5 cards in exile. I mean, that's not nearly as scary thanks to my thralls. 6 cards in exile.
That's what I do.
Okay, so we're gonna go after her.
Usually I'm better at dodging.
Then we'll play our Griffin. Seems alright. It's not the best thing ever to draw right now. Oh, Kaya. Probably need to play Ill-Gotten Inheritance this next turn. Ouch. So much for that. That's not good. Now we're in some serious trouble.
That's the bad rubbish.
We can get rid of Kaya this turn most likely, but then Ill-Gotten Inheritance will be what takes us down, most likely. We can't leave her in play because she can actually do 8 damage to us right now, crazily enough.
Business to attend to anyway.
Hello, MT11. Glad you were able to see the stream. Yeah, it's not good. I was relying on our ill-gotten inheritance to help us. Apparently that was not what we should have been doing. I think we just got to start attacking with everything. Oh, God. Not everything exactly, but... So, thank you for the follow. Sam Shady. Should have been more aggressive, probably. Yeah, they can basically just take all the damage ever and not worry about it. They can drop me to 7, then drop me to 5. Yeah, so we go to 5. Alright, so we have 1 turn. We have to find a way to win right here. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I guess I'm going to bring in Exposed to Daylight. Cut our Watchdog. I don't think you're bad luck, MT11. I had plenty of bad luck lately without you. So, and that game was pretty much already out of our hands before you even came into the chat. Did I do spoilers this morning? Are there new spoilers? Usually on the weekend there aren't any. I didn't actually look. I will play first. Alright. This is a solid hand. If we can do turn 2 Plague White into turn 3 Juggler, that's always a good time. And it's a pretty easy thing to make happen. Your opponent has to play some very specific... Yeah, I'm talking about spoilers. If people talk specifically about... Want me to talk about cards, and you know, name a specific one and I can talk about it, basically, is my... approach. Right, so does this actually happen? Alright, so yeah, we'll juggle here. I think War of the Spark looks pretty good so far in general. Looks like fun, looks unique. You know, the whole Planeswalker angle is cool. So yeah, definitely looking forward to it. All right, so yeah, I mean, green-black has 2 ridiculously powerful uncommons, and we haven't seen all of them yet, obviously. Yeah, I mean, its uncommons look stronger than everyone else's. Oh. I guess the only good news is this wasn't in play. Come on, don't make me struggle to get to certain mana here. I don't appreciate it. It's like they built an exile deck straight up. Man, that's annoying. That's not. We're 1 mana away, but I think that's okay. It's kind of key for us. Is it worth attacking here? I think it might be. Let's do it. We can trade for a 1/1 and get going. In the air. Hopefully they don't have another Cry of the Carnarium. That would be fun. Alright, so we're going to take 2. Alright. They took a turn off to play theirs. We'll take a turn off to play ours and attack for 5. Oh, yeah, they're going to mortify ours. That's no fun. We still do have a nice clock in the air. And it just got a little bit better. Need to get this Orator down at some point, but I think playing larger and larger creatures has been better. So yeah, we've got 8 in the air on them, which is pretty great. Alright, now we're down to 5 in the air, but that's still pretty good. Now we're down to 2 in the air, which isn't that great. Alright, so we're going to go Orator, Oligarch, attack. I don't think we need to use Sky Tether just yet. Aw, man. I'm glad I have Sky Tether, but the life they're gaining is also kind of a problem when we're trying to erase ill-gotten inheritance. We will go to 7. Gets us back up to 8. Yeah, they had all the answers, unfortunately, for us. A Hero of Precinct 1 is a real pain. Basically, young Pyromancer. Yeah, getting us closer to our Colossus at least. They have 4 attackers. I think I can only really attack with 1. Okay, Colossus is unblockable on this board, so if we can get him down quickly enough. Yeah, we have 2 more turns. Assuming we gain no life. Well, there's a way for me to gain life right here, and I think we probably just take it. Takes me back up to 7. They get a spirit token too, but I'm not that concerned. We need to gain the life, so yeah. All right. They have 1, 2, 3, 5 attackers. I can gain a life though. I'm just gonna attack with 1. Right. So play Oligarch. Go back up to 8. If we could just get this Gate Colossus down, we might be in business. The life gain here is really helping us to survive, but that's about all it's doing. Okay, that is interesting. I don't imagine they'll block here, but I'm hoping they don't so that we can Dead Rebels for cheap, yeah. So I I think we take the 2 creatures with Afterlife. They can gain us more life. They're about to kill my Orator, I think, which is not good if that's what happens. Yeah. Okay. Is that lethal now? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Yeah, that's lethal. Well, 2 and 2 on both drafts today. I felt like both probably were a little better than 2 and 2. But, you know, at least we didn't lose more than we won. We did the same either way. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that does it for today's stream. I'll be back again to stream next week on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, starting at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, as I always am. Hope all of you have a nice rest of your Saturday, and thanks for stopping by.